Good morning, YouTube. Quick run through. This is a 1996 Honda Foreman 400. Seemed like a great bike. So this was my father-in-law's. He left it to me basically, and I went, got it, picked it up, and went to start replacing parts that need to be replaced and getting it fired up again. So little things like replacing the switch, replacing the master cylinder reservoir. So one thing I would suggest is replace those Phillips head screws with some hex head screws. It'll save you in the long run, because that brake fluid is just going to corrode those screws and they're going to get stuck in there, and if you don't use an impact screwdriver, you're just going to strip them out. Save yourself the headache. So new tires, new coil, spark plug, of course, battery, starter solenoid. I ordered the little Amazon kit that came with the coil, the starter solenoid, voltage regulator. So I had those parts since I changed the coil. Bike ran, no problem. The fan control unit probably was shot, so I just saw some wires that were running straight to the battery, hooked them up. Okay, it's the fan. So I just put it on the switch right there. I just put the fan on the switch right there. So when you're riding, you just know, turn the fan on every now and then. Well, all of a sudden it lost spark, so it wouldn't start, and I thought it was a starter, because it would just spin, it wouldn't engage. Like, okay, ordered a starter for it off Amazon, and it did not fit. It would not sit flush up against the mounting plate. So I'm like, great, take it back off. I try to replace the rear housing of the Amazon starter with one from the original Honda starter. That didn't work out. They don't line up correctly. So that was a bust. So then I was like, well, I ordered just the rebuild kit off Amazon for the starters. So took it off again, replaced it, cleaned the starter out, cleaned off the armature, and just replaced the guts of the starter basically on the electrical side of it. Not hard to do, just change it out. Still nothing. Now, knowing bikes, just riding bikes my whole life, was like, it sounds like it's not getting spark. So anyway, hook up an inline spark tester. Yeah, sure enough, it's not getting spark. So shout out to Crank It on YouTube, because what he says is right here, change this out, the voltage regulator. Start with that. So that kit I ordered one that came with the voltage regulator to begin with. So I had this sitting on the shelf anyway. So I'll order another backup kit for the shelf. Well, anyway, changed this out, and sure enough, had spark again. So I'm pretty sure it'll fire up. But one thing I'll tell you about this, it's, Crank It explained it. It's in an area where it's going to get dirty. It's going to get muddy. So the original Honda one, the plug actually separated from the regulator on the regulator side of it, or rectifier, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so I put some dielectric grease behind it, put some anti-seize on the bolts, put new bolts in it, put dielectric grease in the plug, around the plug, because it was tough getting it out. When I actually tried to disconnect it, it just pulled the plug right out of the voltage regulator, because it was already worn out and cracked anyway. So that was probably the issue to begin with. It was just arcing in there. So put some dielectric grease inside the plug, the connectors, and then wrapped it with some electrical tape just to help keep any kind of debris out of it. So seemed to work well. Now, other than that, I mean, oh yeah, new brakes, because the brakes were terrible, and they're still terrible, but it's what it is. So let's see now what it'll do. Think it's gonna fire? Maybe. I think it'll fire. It's a Honda. Yep. Just like that. because I mean it's primed. I've been trying to start it for so long. It's primed up, you know, no big deal. Fan, turn your fan on, you know. But yeah, Honda. Now, always run your gas out, you know. Turn your gas off and let it run for a little bit. Shut it off. It's got the primer on it. But I mean, it's a Honda. You know, my kids have a little, what is it, a 2002 Honda Z50. I'm a Kawi guy. I got Kawasaki's. Got the KX250, KLX 110. We got a big wheel 80. And we got a couple of LT 84 wheelers. So, I mean, I've been around bikes a long time. But, yeah. First start, I did not start it after replacing the voltage regulator. All I did was check spark, and it had spark. I'm like, it's gonna fire. And y'all saw it started like a Honda. I've seen a lot of videos where people they tore their wire harnesses to complete shreds and trying to trace wires. And I get it. I get the troubleshooting side. But like I said, shout out to Crank It. He went straight to the problem, said, hey, check this first. Happened to have one on the shelf, and sure enough, that's what it was. So, man, go through those YouTube videos. Somebody might have your solution out there for you to save you that headache, you know. I mean, of course, I went a little extra on the rectifier because you got to save it in the future, you know. I saw one of them, he had it where the plug was facing up instead of down. Like, makes sense, you know. Try to keep that debris out of it. But here we go.